In this first lecture, we're going to start step by step. We are going to open a logo.ai file and look at it, then go to After Effects and import it. See exactly how things happen. We are not going to manipulate the file in Illustrator. So please, I hope you downloaded the assets. And now it's time to open the logo. Let's click on Open in Illustrator. I hope you have launched it. Okay. And you have here the first one is a logo. So we just open it in Illustrator. Now, if you look at this file here, it's quite nice. We want to animate the logo. We want to change the text and by something significant, not here in After Effects. The only thing you need to have is layers. If you don't have layers here, you can come to Window, I think, and you make sure that layers is checked or use the F7 shortcut. Here you are. This file is done by a graphic designer, not by me at all. It has a layer 1, and inside this layer you have two groups. Okay guys, so the most we are going to do here is to click and right click. We are not going to draw anything. So you have layer 1. Inside layer 1 there is a group. Inside this group there is the first text, that is logo text. If you notice, if you select it from here, that is your tagline. And you have the logo text also. Here you are. And of course you have another group that has all the designs. You have path on top and bottom. You have the pies here. They are all path over here. So the name of our file is logo.ai. Let's go now to After Effects and bring in this file. I will switch to After Effects. And here to import a file, you all know you right click and say import and you go to File. Of course, I want to import logo. Notice that it's still open in AI, but it's not locked. So it's really pretty cool to work on the file in AI, then import it in After Effects, go back, work, and import again, and stories like this. The only thing I would like you to notice here that you have import as, and you have footage, composition, retain layer size, and only a comp. Now, in our case here, I want to import as a composition, retain layer size. Okay. In fact, that's the option that I recommend that you always use. Forget about the other options for now. And you click import. Here you are. Now, notice what happened here. A logo layers folder has been created. If you twirl down, you will have only one single vector file here, that is the logo.ai. And also a composition has been created. If I double click on the comp to open it, I have a single layer here, if you notice, that is logo.ai. Now, why is that? Why do we have a single layer? Remember, in Illustrator, we had one single layer. Let's go back to Illustrator. And you notice I had one single layer containing everything. And that's exactly what happened in After Effects. It has imported a single layer in your composition. You can animate this layer if you like. You can scale it up and down, stories like this, and it's just one block. You cannot change the text or so on. But there is a way now to turn everything into shape layers to animate them. It's very easy, by the way. You click on your layer, you right click, and you go create shapes from vector layer. So it's already ready for you. I will click. Now notice what happened. The wording disappeared. The text has disappeared. Why? It was text, plain text in Illustrator. So in After Effects, it cannot be rendered into shapes, of course. If you look at the logo outline here and we twirl it down and twirl down the content, you have group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4, 5, and 6. You notice what's happening here. So every group in Illustrator, if you look at the layer here, you will find you have the groups, and every group has been turned into a group in After Effects. Cool, guys? Now, this is pretty practical. You can start animating the groups. If you open, for example, group 1, which is the lower curve over here, you have the path. Here you are. And you have its fill. You can come and change its color, for example. Let's zoom in. And the fill here, you can come and change the color to red, for example, whatever you would like. Cool. So now you are ready to start animating, but of course you lost the text. This is one way to deal with vector files. So now we had one layer in Illustrator. We brought it over here, and then we converted to create shapes from vector layers. And inside the shape layer, a single shape layer, we have now lots of groups or many groups. This is a file that has been very well organized, and you can start animating each group. And of course, if you'd like to copy paste, you can create several layers. In the next lecture, I will show you a better method of organizing the Illustrator file so it's imported in several layers and ready to be animated. In this lecture, guys, we want to get more organized importing these vector files into After Effects. Now, you remember the rule that we discovered in the previous lecture. Every layer in AI will be a layer in After Effects, and every group under a layer, of course, will become a group inside After Effects, a shape group, of course. Now, if you follow this rule, things will become very easy for you. You can decide in AI which graphics you want to turn into standalone layers, and which graphics you want to turn into groups so you can animate them. Now, not all the time you're gonna have a very neat design like this. It took me a long time to find this design. Actually, this is from freepeak.com. Now, let's organize here which one we want them as layers and which one we want them as group. For example, if you take the graphic here, this is the upper one. It is grouped here all together. Fine, but I would like to animate the path here. This is the path, I'll put it on and off. This is the lower path here. I would like it to be in a different layer. I want to animate it on its own. So that's very easy. Just select it from here. You notice I'm clicking over here to select, and you come to the hamburger menu and click and say collect in new layer. What will happen here is this graphic over here, which is a path, will become a layer on its own. It's very easy. Collect in a new layer. So now it's in layer 2 under layer 1. Not good, guys. We wanted layer 2 on its own, not under another layer. So click on it and drag it to the outside. That's what I usually do. It drops at the bottom here, but now you have 2 layers. Cool. Let's say now you wanted to have the other one, the other path, that is the upper one. I think so, yes. You wanted to have this one in a special layer so you can have its own shape group, and also you animate it. Very easy. You go ahead and you say collect in new layer. Here you are. Now you click on it, you drag it to the bottom, and so on and so forth. You take the path, for example, here, come over and say collect in a new layer. Take this one, okay, collect in a new layer. It's a boring job and it's very easy job. Collect in a new layer. Let's take the last one. I hope I didn't do any mistake. Collect in a new layer. Here we are. So now we have all these layers, and still we have a group here with the text, if you like. Now let's organize our layers. Here they are. We take layer 4, for example, drop it bottom, layer 5 at the bottom, layer 6 at the bottom, layer 7 at the bottom. Now look at it, it has become very neat. The next thing you want to do is to rename them. We'll see that later. Let's deal with the text here. You notice that the text here did not transform into shapes. I recommend that you do not transform text into shape. Recreate the text in After Effects. That will be much better, and you will have all the power of animating text in After Effects. But you can decide, okay, I want the logo text here to come into After Effects as, a path, and convert it later on into shapes. That's pretty easy. Select it from over here alone, and of course you want to put it in a layer by itself. Here you are. So now you have layer 8. We drag it down. Now you can select it again if you like, and right click and say create outlines. Now this is cool. It's no more a text. Now it became a kind of outline. Here you are. If you are in isolation mode, you notice that every character now became a kind of graphic. Cool. So now let's go out. Okay. And what do we have? We have layer 1, layer 2, layer 3, layer 8. Very nice. Now, of course, I need to save it. I will not save it as the same name here. I will go to File and say Save As. Okay. And I will call it Logo Layers. I will say yes. It's going to ask me to overwrite. I'm okay with overwriting. And we have the options here. These options are quite good. Make sure you create PDF compatible file, and if you want the embedded colors and stories like this, it really doesn't matter. You just click OK, you saved your file. Now we go back to After Effects and we right click, we go to Import, File, and we say Logo Layers, and of course not as footage. That makes sense to you. You want composition and you want to retain the layer size, and we say Import. Here we are. Now we have our composition. That's very nice. Let's scroll down the folder, and you notice that you have all the layers without any name, layer 1, 2, 3, 4, and the name of the file, logo layers. Now it has become quite easy to work with. If you double click on the comp, here you are, you have all the layers over here. And now you can start animating them. This is the tagline. This is the lower curve. This is the upper curve. Of course, now you can just start animating from here, each and every one of them, depending on what you want to do. Cool. But also you can select all of them, okay, and right click and say, of course, create shapes from vector layer. Now it's giving you an error message. It says After Effects, not all layers were converted because of empty or unsupported content. We click OK. Now notice what happened, that the old layers from AI are now hidden. You cannot see them except layer 1. Layer 1 is our text. It hasn't been converted. So the only one that you can see are the outlines. Usually what I do, I select all the outlines just like this and take them up. Here you are. So I have the outlines here, and maybe this one I don't need anymore. I can just delete them. Now you notice that layer 8 is the outline for the text. If you turn down here, contents, and you have all of them just inside here. Group 2, group 3, every character is inside its own group. Let's take, for example, the O. This is logo. If you turn down, you will notice you have path 1, okay? That is what's inside the layer. Notice it's taking everything here. And you have path 2, that's the outside, and then you are merged here. So actually getting text from AI and converting it into outlines in AI, bringing it here, it's a bit hard, you know, guys, and you're not gonna be able to animate it the way you would like here. You know, it has 2 groups and stories like this. So actually what we have achieved here is great. We now transformed all our logo into shapes and we can start animating. The best thing for the text, I would advise you, is to retype the text. Cool, guys. So this was a long lecture and I hope you learned a lot, because now you have a very organized file in AI. Look at it. All you have to do is to rename them and everything will work fine. Now, guys, the last recommendation I would like to give you, but is not the least, is to rename your layers so you know exactly what's happening in After Effects. It's much better to start renaming your layers in AI and then importing them. So to rename a layer in AI, if you don't know, it's very easy. Just double click on a layer here and call it, for example, tagline. Okay, that's the tagline. Now, to know that you're doing a good job, just put it on and off. Yes, this is the tagline. And you go on renaming all of them. Let's import the file where I organized and renamed everything. It is logo layers renamed. Here you are. We open it. And you notice here we have now renamed all the layers and we have grouped them in a productive way. And you can take them now to After Effects. Here you are. We right click, we say import file, and let's take the renamed layer. Of course, we want it as a composition, and we say import, and you have now all your layers very well renamed. You can start working on them. Even when you start converting them to shape layers, they will retain their names. Notice how? Create shape layers. Of course, the layer, there are some layers that haven't been converted because of the text. You would replace these ones. And now you have them with the same names and the word outline at the end, so you can know exactly what is happening. Now it's time to animate. Now you have a lot of choices. You know already how to animate within After Effects, and you can choose the groups here, the path, and start animating everything you like. Okay, guys. You and I, let's create a full project. Let's go search for a vector that we like. And let's try to animate it. So we open it in Illustrator, and then we organize our layers, and we organize our groups, and then take it to animate it. So I went to freepik.com, my favorite site. And here I searched for easy work, and I found this very nice one. Actually, I'm using this one in one of my promo videos. Of course, now you want to click download, and it will be a zip file that you want to unzip. After you unzip, we go to Illustrator, we want to look at our file, and you go to File, Open, and you notice here after unzipping you have several files. One of them is the Illustrator file, and the other one is PostScript. I recommend that you do not open and start working with the PostScript, because if you do, then you will have some kind of strange background layers in After Effects. Always try to get an AI, an Illustrator. So I will open this file. Now that we are here, it's asking for the font. Can't care less about the font. I'm gonna replace this font in After Effects. That's the way I do it. So here I will say close, and I can see easy here has the wrong font. I will leave it the way it is. Cool. I'm gonna deal very simply with this file. Like if I don't know very well Illustrator, I'm just starting Illustrator just to get my graphics into After Effects. Fine. First of all, you need to look at it and decide what you want to animate. Well, I think animating the head will be interesting. Animating the hand, like the thumbs are going up here, will be interesting. Animating these two circles, the one behind and the one a bit in front, it will be very nice with the scale, with the pump. So let's see how we are going to isolate them and create a layer from everything we want to animate. And maybe we'll go for the feet or something like this. The first thing we want to notice what we don't need. We don't need the background here. We are not going to take this background with us. So the simple thing here, if you put it off, make sure that's it. Yes, let's delete it. As simple as this. Okay, we don't need the background. Let's twirl down. The graphic designer has called this objects. Cool. We twirl it down and you can see so many groups and objects, but actually it's very interesting. If you notice the first group here, if I put it on and off, that's the desk. Let's leave it there. We don't want to animate the desk. The second one here, group, if you put it on and off, is the whole guy. Well, this is where we want to animate. Now, the group under the main group is the head, I guess. It looks like the head. Oh yeah, it's the head. So immediately, don't wait, guys. Just twirl it up. Make sure you're selecting only the head here. And you go to the menu and you say, collect in a new layer. Fine, it went jumped up there. That's very nice. Now let's go down here. There's something here that looks like the whole body. Oh wow, that's very nice. Thank you, Mr. Graphic Designer. So if we take this as one piece, we could animate it in After Effects using pins. That will be interesting. So let's take this group and select it to make sure. Then we go to the menu and we make it collect in a new layer and fill above. That's pretty good. Fine, what else we have? We have the chair here, it seems to me. But the chair also has the legs, and inside the legs here, okay, you notice that you have the front leg and the back leg. Okay, cool. Let's put them all on. Let's decide. This is the back and this one is the front. That's interesting. We select this one, and this, I guess, is the front also. So we have this one and this one. They are the front. So let's check, make sure, is it right? Yes. Select both of them, go to the menu and go to collect in a new layer. Let's see if we have done a good job. Okay, we have the upper one and the lower one. Here they are. Not bad. Okay, it worked. Look at the layer. Fine, it's layer 4 now. Let's do the same for these two. We select both of them. We come to the menu, collect in a new layer, and maybe we take them. Okay, they are well situated. Here we are. If you put them on or off, fine. Do we need the rest? Actually, we need this path over here. Let's put it on and off and see. Yes, we need this one. Let's select it. Go to collect in a new layer. Yeah, but this one should be down. We need the bigger path here or the bigger circle. I think it's this one. So let's take this one and collect it in a layer. Okay, now something wrong happened, because it's no more clipping, you know, it's like trimming or cropping. But it's okay. Look at the design, not bad. The desk is not bad at all. Now, what are we left with? We left with this group here. That's not bad. We can make it a layer by itself. Okay, We go to collect a new layer. Here we have all of them. So now we have them inside the object. Let's take them and put them outside, and we want to take the 2 at the bottom, and then this object here, I don't think we need it anymore. Okay, we just delete it. Fine. So now you have organized it very nicely. We don't stop here. Remember, guys, we say head, we rename them, body, and front or back leg. I don't remember. Front leg, and then back leg, and then you have here desk. We call this desk. Here you are. Am I right? Here is the desk. Yes, and the chair. And then we have here the small circle, and then we have the big circle. Press enter. Fine. So we have arranged, very nice, renamed. We are ready to take to After Effects. Notice that we didn't work with the text here, but it doesn't matter. Let's go now, File, Save As, and we call it Thumbs Up. This is our new file, Thumbs Up. And Illustrator option will come in. Just click OK, is done. We have organized our graphic, put it in nice layers, give it nice names, and in the next lecture we start bringing it in After Effects and see how to animate it. Guys, now that we have done our best in arranging the layers and making everything right in AI, it's time to go to After Effects, import, and start animating. Let's do that. I'll go to After Effects, here we are, and then I will right click, say Import, File, and of course we want Thumbs Up. And I'm not going to change anything here. Notice what will happen. It will ask me here, import kind, composition, of course, not footage, and footage dimension, layer size. I'm cool with that. Cool. Let's double click on the composition and we have our guy here. Now your first step is to start arranging. You notice that the desk, we forgot about the clipping, and the big layer and the small layer are not really adjusted. Okay, so let's start with the big circle and the small circle here. We need to adjust them. Let's go to the align and align them to the bottom. Not bad. It's okay, I think. Now, the next thing we want to arrange is the easy. You know, this is one block here. We need to remove the easy. Best way to do it, you know now, you right click and say create shapes, and here you are, the easy is gone, and we have the desk over here. We can just delete it. We don't need it. Fine. Let's do the same clipping we had. The big circle is a bit small, so I'm gonna make it bigger. But first we adjust the anchor point, right guys? Take the anchor point of the big circle and snap it just over here. Make it a bit bigger, just a bit. Yeah, I like that. Nope. Yep, that's fine. Now I can do the same clipping, so I will duplicate the circle do and then put it on top of desk outlines, and simply, guys, just choose the alpha matte. Here you are, it's clipping it very nice. Even we can see the bottom of the chair. It wasn't there before. Okay, before we forget, let's add easy. Here is the key. So we click on the T, that is text. We type easy. We can choose any font we like, of course. So we make it white. I don't like it like this. Maybe we make it a bit bigger. Okay, then we want to rotate it. I will use the rotation from over here, rotate it very nicely, cool, and then just position it just over here. Maybe it's too much, just over here. Remember, the hand is gonna start moving. Let's put this easy a bit on top and make it even bigger. Okay, later on we'll snap it, you know, with the scale. Now that we have arranged everything, we're happy. We are cool with everything. There is no more arrangement. In the next lecture, we want to focus only on animating. Now it's time to start animating, and of course we need to adjust the anchors. Let's start from the bottom. Big circle, the anchor point is on the right place. The small circle, we want to put the anchor point just over here. I don't have snapping on, so I press Ctrl or Command on the Mac. It will snap. Let's select both of them. That's the small and the big circles, and then keyframe after half a second, something like this. Okay, we initiate the animation, come back in time at 0 and put them both at 0. Okay, but then we want the small circle to open faster, but after the big circle. Here you are. Not bad, it's okay. All the others, I want them just to open abruptly. So I will select all of them and just drop them over here. Notice the effect, it will be pretty nice. Here you are, one circle comes in, puff, and they come. Let's deselect. Here you are. Not bad. Actually, after that, we want to start animating. The only one I don't want it to appear is the easy here. So I'll take easy and put it down. So later on, I'll decide how it is. So the guys will appear. That's pretty neat. There is no sequence here. And then they start animating. So let's say, come over here. The first thing I want to animate is the legs. Take front and back leg. Open the rotation now. Okay? And I have to adjust the anchor points. I will use the anchor point tool. Select the first layer, front leg, and try to snap it just over here. Here you are. Okay, I think that will be nice. Notice it's moving nicely. Yes. And then for the back leg, the same. Let's put it just over here. It's a bit hidden, so it's easier. And here you are. It's animating, not bad. Cool, let's undo. Let's come after some time and keyframe them at this rotation. Then come in the beginning, just over here maybe, and then take them up a bit. So I'll take this one up. Okay, not too much. Okay, just over here. And then the other guy, the back leg. Okay, so we want the back leg to come down, then the front leg. So I'll take this one in front, something like this. And let's play our animation. 1, 2. And they start going down. Well, actually, the front leg is not being animated quite nicely. We need to change the anchor point position. Let's put it just over here. Let's see how it works now for the front leg. Here you are. Okay, much better now. I have more distance here. Okay, I will go to the first keyframe for this front leg and just take it up a bit. Okay, now we play. Not bad, not bad. It's okay. We want to time them later on and put easy ease and stories. Cool. So in the same time, we want the head to start animating. Now, there are many ways to animate the head. The best way I found is for it to wiggle. So let's open a rotation. Of course, take care of the anchor point. Just put it over here on his chin. And you notice now it's cool. So I will Alt click on the stopwatch or Option on the Mac. And we write a wiggle of every second, let's say only 30 degrees or even less. We try 30 degrees first. Okay, we press the space bar. Let's play it. Yeah, the guy says, yeah, I like it. Something like this. Okay, fine. Not bad at all. So the legs will come down. The head is wiggling. No problem at all. Cool. Now we want to work with the hand. So the hand over here is the whole body. We cannot animate the whole body. That's what we found in Illustrator. We are going to use the pin tool. So I want to pin it here. This is where it's going to animate. Pin it on the elbow. Yep. I hope you went through the section of the puppet tool. Then I'm going to put another anchor point here and 2 of them here. 1 here. I think it would do. Okay, and then yes, it's animating very nicely. So you can wiggle this one or create an animation through the record option here. What do you say, guy? I'm gonna undo the movement again. Nope, that's okay. Let's record the animation. Come to record here, record option. Let's make the speed 50%. We are okay, smoothing 10. We select this pin, and then when we press Control, if you remember, and it will start animating. I'm gonna do like simple animation just like this without much distortion. Okay, as much as you like for the time is okay. And then okay, this should be the final one. Let's see exactly our animation now. Did you do anything nice? The hand is starting too late. Fine, let's open the keyframes for the hand. As simple as this. This is the position, they are here, and then we can select them all and just take them to the beginning. As simple as this. Let's play now. Yes, the hand now is animated. Hey, I'm happy. Now we need the easy to be animated. Okay, where is the easy? This is the easy. Let's open the scale. So where is gonna start? So over here will be nice. Okay, and then use the scale. Let's keyframe it here at 0. And then after just have a second here, we bump it up to 100. Let's put it at 100. Then go to the graph editor here. We are in the value graph. And we just want to do it just like this. Okay. So let's see the animation. Comes in, so on, and easy. Cool. Now, this is a naive animation, I have to admit, but with the time already, it's quite nice, quite good. Of course, you want to sit down and play with it, but I presented to you the whole step by step how to work with vector files. From the time you download them, you unzip them, you work on them in AI, you come over to After Effects, use the normal transformation or use the puppet tool. It's all there for you. All you have to do now is to take this animation as a pre-composition, put it on top of your videos, and you're on. Thank you very much for listening to me for such a long time. I hope this section has provided you with all the techniques, with all the learning required for you to excel in bringing your vector files into After Effects. See you in the next lecture.